Are you tired of staring at those ugly bare spots in your yard? Frustrated with weeds taking over faster than you can pull them? What if I told you there's a way to transform your landscape in just one growing season with plants that won't become garden bullies? Welcome back to Senior Green Thumbs. I'm here to share something every gardener dreams of: real results without the backache or the headache. Today I'm revealing my top 8 fast-growing ground covers that will completely transform your yard. And here's the best part. Every single one of these plants is well behaved. No invasive monsters that will have your neighbors cursing your name. If you've been gardening as long as I have, you know the disappointment of planting something that either takes forever to establish or completely takes over your garden. Today we're talking about the Goldilocks of ground covers, plants that spread just right. Plant 1. Creeping Phlox. Let's start with my absolute favorite spring showstopper, creeping Phlox. This little gem creates a stunning carpet of flowers that will have your neighbors stopping to ask what it is. It comes in gorgeous shades of pink, purple, white, and even coral. What I love most about creeping Phlox is that it knows its boundaries. It spreads about 12 to 18 inches wide, then stops. No surprise appearances 3 yards away. It's drought tolerant once established, perfect for those slopes that are impossible to mow, and deer won't touch it. Plant it this spring, and next year you'll have a display that looks like something from a professional landscape. Here's my secret: after it finishes blooming, give it a light trim. This keeps it neat and encourages thicker growth for an even better show next year. Plant 2. Wild ginger. Now, for those impossible shady spots where grass just won't grow, let me introduce you to wild ginger. Don't worry, this isn't the ginger you cook with, but it has the most beautiful heart-shaped leaves that create an elegant woodland carpet. This is a native North American plant, which means it's perfectly adapted to our climate and supports local wildlife. What makes wild ginger special is how it spreads, slowly and politely by underground stems. You'll never wake up to find it's invaded your entire garden. It's virtually maintenance-free once established, and those leaves stay attractive from spring until the first hard frost. Plant 3. Ajuga. Here's a ground cover that gives you the best of both worlds: gorgeous flowers and attractive foliage. Ajuga, also called bugleweed, produces the most beautiful purple flower spikes in spring that stand up like little soldiers above glossy leaves. Now I know some of you might be thinking, wait, isn't Ajuga aggressive? The old varieties could be pushy, but the modern cultivars are much better behaved. Look for varieties like chocolate chip or black scallop. They spread by runners, but they stay where you put them. Perfect for filling in around trees or in those tricky areas where nothing else seems happy. Plant 4. Dragon's Blood. Sedum. If you want tough, drought-proof, and absolutely gorgeous, let me tell you about Dragon's Blood Sedum. This succulent ground cover has red-tinged foliage that looks amazing year-round, and in summer it produces clusters of pink flowers that butterflies absolutely love. This plant is practically indestructible. Rocky soil? No problem. Forgot to water? It doesn't care. Need something for between stepping stones? Perfect. The best part is it stays exactly where you plant it. No wandering, no surprises, just reliable beauty that gets better with age. Plant 5. Mazus. Here's a charming little ground cover that's perfect for tight spaces. Mazus produces tiny purple flowers with white throats from spring all the way through fall. It only grows about 2 inches tall but spreads to form a dense, attractive mat. What makes Mazus special is that it can handle light foot traffic. Plant it between pavers, in rock gardens, or along pathways. It's like having a living carpet that actually improves with a little walking on it. And unlike some ground covers, it won't try to escape its boundaries. Plant 6. Sweet Woodruff. For those deep shade areas where even hostas struggle, sweet woodruff is your answer. This delicate-looking plant has star-shaped leaves arranged in whorls and produces tiny white flowers in spring that look like little stars scattered across the ground. Sweet woodruff has been used in European gardens for centuries, and there's a good reason why. It spreads gently to form a soft carpet, has a lovely fragrance when you brush against it, and stays beautiful all season long. It's the perfect companion for spring. Plant 7. Allegheny Pachysandra. Now I need to be specific here. I'm talking about Allegheny Pachysandra, our native version, not the common Japanese type you see everywhere. This native beauty has gorgeous mottled leaves and produces fragrant white flower spikes in early spring that smell absolutely divine. What makes this Pachysandra special is that it's perfectly adapted to our local conditions and won't become a garden thug like its Japanese cousin. It's ideal for those areas under trees where grass just won't grow, and it supports native wildlife while looking elegant all season long. Plant 8. Spotted Lamium. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about spotted Lamium, also called spotted dead nettle. Don't let that name fool you. This plant is anything but dead looking. It has beautiful silver-marked leaves and produces pink, white, or purple flowers throughout the growing season. Modern varieties like beacon silver and pink pewter are much better behaved than the old types. They provide reliable color and shade, bloom for months, and stay exactly where you want them. Perfect for brightening up those darker corners of your garden. Now let me share some practical planting advice that'll save your back and ensure success. First, spacing is crucial. Most of these ground covers should be planted 12 to 18 inches apart. I know it looks sparse at first, but trust me, they'll fill in beautifully. Before planting, work some compost into your soil. Your plants will thank you, and it makes digging so much easier. Use a light layer of mulch between new plants to keep weeds down while they establish, but don't bury the plants themselves. Here's a senior-friendly tip: invest in a soaker hose. Deep, less frequent watering encourages stronger roots, and you won't be standing there with a hose for hours. Water thoroughly when you plant, then let the soil dry slightly between waterings. Let's be honest about maintenance. These aren't completely no-care plants, but they're pretty close. Most need trimming once or twice a year, some occasional weeding the first year while they establish, and water during dry spells that first season. The beauty is that after year 1 they're mostly self-sufficient. Some will benefit from division every 3 to 4 years, but that just gives you more plants for free or to share with friends. Here are some practical ways to use these ground covers that'll make your life easier. Create living mulch under trees and shrubs. It's more attractive than wood chips and suppresses weeds naturally. Replace those impossible-to-mow slopes with creeping Phlox or Sedum. Your mower will thank you. Use Mazus between stepping stones to create pathways that look professionally designed. Turn that shady corner that's always been a problem into a beautiful woodland garden with wild ginger and sweet woodruff. Remember, gardening should bring you joy, not stress. These 8 ground covers will give you stunning results without taking over your garden or requiring constant babysitting. They're the perfect plants for gardeners who want beauty with peace of mind. If this video helped you solve some landscaping challenges, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical gardening tips designed specifically for experienced gardeners like us. I'd love to hear in the comments which of these ground covers you're most excited to try, or share your own success stories with non-invasive plants. Until next time, keep those green thumbs growing, and remember, the best garden is one that brings you joy, not worry.